In the great star charts of the galaxy, some regions are drawn with precision, borders defined, hyperlanes mapped, and worlds cataloged. But then there are the fringes, places where the maps grow vague and names carry more legend than certainty. Unlike the Outer Rim, whose borders were formally set, and whose worlds the Republic at least nominally governed, wild space was never an official designation. It was a term whispered by scouts and traders to describe those territories at the galaxy's edge where colonization was sparse, industry was scarce, and law was all but absent. As the millennia passed and exploration pushed deeper into the void, the line marking wild space shifted ever outward, always clinging to the galactic frontier. Here, Republic and later Imperial authority held little sway. Pirates, smugglers, and fugitives often found sanctuary among its lonely stars. Some worlds lived in peace, far from Coruscant's reach, but others became havens of crime and tyranny. Smuggler tunnels cut through asteroid belts, hidden caches of contraband lay buried on forgotten moons, and entire star systems thrived on being ignored. It is important to distinguish wild space from the so-called unknown regions. Wild space had at least been charted, even if minimally. The coordinates of its stars were logged, its existence recognized. The unknown regions, by contrast, remained untouched, uncharted space beyond the known galaxy, a realm of mystery and speculation. Yet in practice, the difference could blur, especially in the eras after the Empire's fall. When new powers like the Chiss Ascendancy emerged from those hidden depths and shared fragments of their secret maps, isolation was wild space's defining feature, and with isolation came danger. Bakura stands as a prime example. Nestled far from the core, it was a valuable world for its production of repulsor lift technology, yet so remote that the Empire stationed only a token defense force there. When the Ssi-ruuk, a warlike reptilian species from the unknown regions, sought to expand their dominion, Bakura's distance from Coruscant emboldened them. Their invasion came in the chaotic days after Endor, when the galaxy's great powers were distracted, and Bakura was left to fight for survival on its own. Other wild space worlds reflected different kinds of peril. Adumar, for instance, grew so isolated that its culture warped around starfighter combat, revering duels between pilots as the highest expression of honor. Even greater mysteries lurked in those reaches. The Eternal Empire of Zakuul, a power hidden for centuries, rose from wild space during the Old Republic era, and scattered among those lonely stars were prisons, black sites and secret laboratories, and imperial projects buried where no oversight could reach. For those who ventured there, wild space was both an escape and a death sentence. It offered freedom from galactic law, but at the cost of resource scarcity, exposure to raiders, and the ever-present risk of vanishing into the void. Ships could be stranded without help, colonies could wither without trade, and entire populations might be left to the whims of local despots. That was wild space, the ever-shifting frontier of civilization. A place where one might disappear from the eyes of the Empire, yet where isolation itself became the greatest enemy. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more forgotten tales, and until next time, remember, the Force will be with you, always.